Well, hello. This is an update of the JJRC X12 Aurora drone. Well, my drone actually. And I wanted to take it out and film this windmill. But the weather wasn't cooperating. It was windy or raining or whatever. And today was really, really windy and gusty. But I had to go anyway. And I wish I hadn't. But I'm going to show you the footage anyway, even though it's not very good at all. And a few things happened that you might be interested in if you own a drone or if you're thinking of getting a one. Here goes. Right, as you can see, it's very windy. I had a hard time controlling the drone. In fact, it flew off a number of times and had quite a few crashes. And you can see the way how gusty it is, the way the grass is being blown as well. And that's just small grass, so it's really windy up there. And what I was trying to do was try and fly up away from the windmill and then fly through the V at the top. But I could hardly get anywhere near the windmill because there's so much wind on there and going on everywhere. And a lot of times the drone would blow away. So it was really, the thing is I was there and I thought I'll just get this one shot if I can. And I could never get it because I couldn't fly through that V anyway because the drone was all over the place really. I had a hard time controlling it completely. Okay, so by the way, the wind sound is something I put in there. It depicts the way the weather is there. It really was breezy. But I'd go all the way out there and I thought I'm going to give it a try anyway. Like I say, the drone was really, really uncontrollable, really. And it went off loads of times. And it crashed on a number of occasions as well. And I'll tell you what happened to me as well. I was using the C-Fly app. Now there's an update for the C-Fly app. It was 1.3.9. They've updated it to 1.3.10. So I used that one, but it crashed on me. Not when I was flying, but it wouldn't let me, when it says start flying, you click on that and it just crashed. And so I luckily could use the Enjoy Fly app, which is 1.3.9 or 1.3.7, I can't remember, and it seemed to work. I still had a little bit of trouble getting satellites again. I don't know why. Also, I'd like to mention, I reformatted my SD card, and I was recording, and I had another 2 files that were corrupt. So luckily they weren't very big files, but that's something to bear in mind. Why is it doing that? And if you're flying and you don't know when it says recording, but if the file's corrupt, how are you going to get the information off of it? Well, you can't. So just bear that in mind. I only had 2 files this time out of about 7 files, I believe. So if you're refilming, I guess, you just better film it twice, or if you can remember to do so. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did notice also, that sometimes if it hits pretty hard, you crash or something and it hits pretty hard or even lands fairly hard, you've got to take off again and the camera's all jittery and all over the place. There's no way of really, I can see a way of fixing it. You actually have to bring the drone back, turn it off, turn it back on so it all resets the camera and everything, and then gyro it and take off again. It's usually alright then. But it does happen. It doesn't always happen, just sometimes. Just be aware of that. So I had so many sort of crashes and hard ones as well that I did try to take off, and I noticed that one of the propellers had broken off. So that wasn't very good. Now they do give you 2 sets of propellers with it, so I thought I'd just leave it, but no, I thought I'd better put it on and see if it would fly. So I did, and it flew for a bit and then sort of crashed because of the wind. So I took it to somewhere else to see if it still flew alright, and it seemed to fly fine. I was in a sort of a sheltered area, but it still was very windy, but it seemed to fly alright. He thought he was going to get hit there, didn't he? He's a happy man. Happy, and it's that. Now you're probably wondering why I'm showing this picture. Well, a lot of drone people won't, but I'm showing it because nobody told me, and it's not in the instructions or anything. But anyway, when my propeller was broken, I replaced it with one that came with it, just outside, in the field. And when I brought it back, I found out online that there's two sets of propellers that you have on your drone. You have, at least on this one, you have CW, which is called clockwise, and CCW, which is counterclockwise, and they have to be put on correctly. Now my rotor that broke was the CCW rotation on the left front, and I thought, oh my god, I must have put the wrong blade on, because you get two and I didn't look. So I looked, and funny enough, I was very lucky to actually put the correct blade on, which was CCW, which is counterclockwise. But this is how my drone is set up, and maybe drones are similar, I don't know. But you have to have the CW clockwise rotation blades on the front right and the back left, and the CCW rotation ones on the front left and back right. And they are marked on the blades, CCW, not very big, really small, and they're hard to see, but they should be marked on all sort of blades like that. But now I know that, it's great, but it should have been in the instructions at least, I would have thought, because if you put the wrong blades on, I guess your drone will fly, but not very well. I'm still going to try and make a reasonably good video, at least at some point, if the wind ever stops here. Of course, don't forget that the UK is an island, and it's pretty well windy a lot, so hopefully it will calm down. The funny thing is, though, it was beautiful, calm days just before my drone arrived. Isn't that always the way? If I had the choice, by the way, I would have got the black drone, because it looks more sort of cool. But they only had the white one, so it doesn't really matter anyway when it's way up there as well. So any questions, just ask me and I'll see if I can answer them for you. And I'm still going to be doing a decent video. Well, maybe. And soon.